What about now? Are you able to hear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, actually there are some
Beginning
headset issue.
నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయరా?
Yes, sure. Yeah, it's a headset issue. Sure. Okay. So previously, in the yesterday's session, we covered up to this data type called range. So range data type basically I explained yesterday. So whenever we are writing a logic, then I will explain in depth about this data types. So but as of now in this topic we are just covering the introduction about the types, how many data types Python is supporting. So in the range data type, it will allow the sequence of numbers in order. Like if you want to print a 10 numbers like 100 numbers, so instead of writing a combination of for loop like I equal to 0, I greater than or something like in Java, so we can use this predefined data type called range. It will allow to print the numbers in a sequence order. You can observe the range of 10. So automatically it will print from 0 to 9. So if you want to provide the range should be like this 10 comma 20. So starting value and ending value, it should be print between 10 to 20 numbers. And here you can observe in the third, these are all the variants, the different approaches that we can use range function. So coming to third variant, I want to print even numbers or odd numbers. You can give the incrementation like this 10 between 10 to 20, 10 comma 20 comma 2. 2 means 2. So 10 plus 2, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. Like that, it will be increment the values based on our requirement. So this is all these are all the usages of range function that we can use in a programming level. So when we are writing starting the programs, so then I can explain again about the range function separately. Set data type, this also a kind of data structure. Okay, so this will allow the objects in individual format, but the duplicates are not allowed. List will allow the duplicate values, tuple will allow the duplicate values. So there are some different characteristics are there in the set. So how can you declare the set by using like this? See the with a flower brushes we can declare a set. So coming to frozen set basically it's same like as a set, but it's a immutable. Means once we declare a frozen set, we cannot modify it. So this frozen set is not used in development and I mean automation development especially. So these frozen set data type the people can use like byte array in the data science data analytics platforms. So not in our automation, it's not required. Basically in automation we can use from above table. I think there is a bottom, yeah. So so after this frozen set, there is a data type called dict. So dict is nothing but map in Java. In Java, you heard about a collection framework concept called data structures. So there is having a map. Map means it will allow the objects in the key value pairs. Same like as in Python. So dictionary, we call it as a dict shortcut. So dictionary will allows the data in the key value forms. So this all these we are having a separate concepts. Okay, don't worry. So and coming, this is summary of the data types in Python. See, this will introduce us actually. So major coming to our automation side, what are the major data types that we are going to use in regular day-to-day basis? Int data type, float data type, bool data type, string data type, and this range data type, list, tuple, set, dictionary. So this frozen set we won't use, and bytes array and byte and this complex. All these data types we won't use in our automation. So if you want, you can customize the logic. So see, if you are developing in any automation framework, the automation framework should be complex or easy. That depends upon your way of designing. So if you want to design like that as per the customer requirement, you can design by using all these complex data structures also. But majorly 99.9% people won't use this byte arrays, bytes, frozen set, because those are mostly useful for development perspective. So we can use remaining stuff like this. So list tuple, all those things. So none is means it's a none means nothing, no value associated. So this is nothing but something like as null value in Java. Java, we are having a null value. We can call it as sometimes it will return null value. So same like as if there is no implementation in your logic in Python, it will return none instead of null. We can how we use the null in Java, same it will return the none. So coming to this is a these Python people also they decided this is one kind of data type. None is a predefined data type. And coming to escape characters. So what is this escape character? So you can observe in string retrievals, we can use escape character to associate the special meaning. See, for example, I want to cut this string. See, previously, here I have written one string. This is one single string. I want to cut this single string in a word by word within a way like this. To print after Python, I want to print automation. After automation, I want to print testing. So how can you cut the string, the single string based on our customized way? So we can use this concept called escape characters. These escape characters are different types we are having. \n, \t, \r. All these are useful for different purposes in our programming. So basically, if you use \n, it will, if you use the \n in our string, it will cut your string as you are required, like in a words format. So if you use \t, it will trying to print your string in the tabular format. \r is another usage. Like whenever we are writing the programming, we are going to use all these escape characters. So just an example of this \n. So here I have written a simple string, it is printing like this. So instead of this, I want to print in a different format, like word by word. So put like print of, see, I'm directly writing in a print statement, print of \n between word by word. We required, I want to print \n between word by word, right? So \n space. So now you can observe the output, Python automation testing. So how it was printed? Because of this escape characters. So we are having like this a different type of escape characters in Python is going to support while writing a programming logic in a customized way. So all these escape characters we will use in our programming as per our requirement. So next one is constant. There is no constant concept in Python. Okay. In Java, we can declare, if you want to declare a constant, we can use some naming convention or something. But Python, here we're following the constant should be something called capital letters. So once we declare this constant, we cannot modify, right? So that kind of things we can declare in constants like in a capital letters like this. So it's just for our convenience purpose to understand that this is a constant value, we cannot change. So for that purpose, we can write the constants like this. So in a capital letters, these are all about to data types in the fundamentals. So in Python, initial session, we discussed about language fundamentals, that is called theory, and how to declare a variable, what are the rules to declare a variables, all those things. And I mean, like data types concepts is going to cover how many data types Python is going to support, how to convert the data type one format to another format. All those things we learned this from this session. So now the next concept is operators. So coming to operators, where is this, which operators? Okay. So operators are basically having categorized 6 types. So what is operator here? Operator is the symbol that performs certain operation. Python provides the following set of operators, means all these 6 types. So operator is a symbol that provides to perform some operation. See, simple, you can observe in this example program, something called mathematical program. See, what is the operator here? So forget about this logic. We will discuss in future session. It's almost a core Python ending concept. So a plus b or a into b, right? we are using an operator called a plus b. Why we are using this? To do the addition of these two numbers. What about this a into b? We are using to do the multiplication. So these are called operators. How these operators are useful in our automation testing? See, basically this is useful for programming purpose, okay, for different calculations and different situations we are going to use it. So not only this plus, into, divided by operators, we are having different types of operators in each and every programming language. So same like as in Python, they categorized all these operators in a 6 types. The last operator, I think special operator, we won't that much use, but in the notes it will be cover. You can go through that. The first one is arithmetic operators. We already knows, right? We came from like basic things we already knows. So in the school level also, college level also, we learned about this. Plus operator divided by minus operator, multiplication operator divided by percentile, all those things. So these are all what? Arithmetic operators. We don't need to discuss more about this because we know all these things. See, this is an example program. This is an example program. So that I pasted in the notes. So for practice purpose, here a equal to 10 and b equal to 2. Some two values. You see, in Python, you don't need to write type explicitly. I already explained in the theory class. It's a dynamically typed programming language. That is called, we are declaring a equal to, okay, a equal to 10, b equal to 20. Okay, you don't need to declare a type. So I want to do the addition. Multiple ways we can do the addition, where c equal to a plus b, or directly you can write in the print also. Multiple ways. So that is the customization. So something called c equal to a plus b. Okay, I want to print the output. I can use like this, print of c. Simple mathematical program. So it's printing. No, I don't want to print like this. I want to print in a different way. So see, you can observe the sum of two numbers are colon comma a plus b. This is also another way to print the numbers. The sum of two numbers are 30. So these are all customized ways to print our output in Python program. So here you can observe in this notes, they have written a equal to b, b equal to 2, something like a plus b equal to a minus b equal to this value. So here they are trying to print a plus b equal to value. So it is printing a plus b equal to 30, or a minus b equal to something called 8. So like this, they printed in a different way. So the print output statements will be customized as per our requirement. We can write our own words. I want to print two numbers or something. So like this, these print statements is showing it is covering all these operators. Uh, Subtraction operator, multiplication operator, all those things. This is all about arithmetic operators. And what about the second category called relational operators and comparison operators? Just go down. These are all the outputs, just practice purpose. Okay. So here this notes is basically indicates what the preferences of the operators. So that I will tell you at the end. Okay, so the next one is relational operators. You can observe the operator symbol here, less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. These operators people will call relational operators in Python. They categorize it like this. Relational, what is the relational? You can observe, you can correlate this relational word in even regular like English word. Relational means this operator will check the relation between two values. That is nothing but the relational operator's intention. So I'm going to copy this for the time being, and here I'm pasting the code, and because that I copied from a note, so that will be points. These points are not in the coding. So I am going to remove this. Okay, this just for time being. Okay. Okay, now observe now. So this a equal to 10, b equal to 20. These four print statements are printing it. These four print statements are covering what? Relational operators between the two variables. See, a greater than, a less than or b. sorry, a greater than b is false, a greater than or equal to b is equal to false, a less than b equal to true, a less than or equal to b is equal to true, based on these values, right? So what it will return, the output will be what? True or false. What is the true, what is the false in Python data type? We discussed string, integer, and float, boolean, complex, range data types just now, right? So what kind of data type it is? Boolean data type. Boolean means true, it will return only true or false. So the output of this relation operator is nothing but Boolean data type. It will return true or false instead of output. Okay, this is all about this relational operator. And what about the third one? Logical operator. Okay, so go down. There is an operator called equality operator, and they can call it as a, yeah, this is a equality operator. So this equality operator is the part of logical operators. Okay, so we know double equals to not equals to. Double equals to not equals to means, so double equals to means if both the values are same, it will return true. If both the values are not same, we can use this not equals to operator. It will return true or false based on our values we provided, right? This is, you can observe the examples here. 10 double equal to 20 is true. Both are same? No, it will return false. So like this, we can cross verify these equality operators. And what about this logical operators? You can observe, so and or not, and or not. So what is logical means, if you are writing any program, we have to write a logic. We can just generic word, we will heard about this word, write a Java logic, Python logic. So means, so any logic we are going to use some logical operators along with our Python or Java, .NET, whatever programming language we are using, that programming language related code with the predefined data types or something. See, for example, you want in interview, they, I mean, like they ask you like perform a mathematical calculation, something called addition and subtraction, write a logic. They ask you write a logic or write a program. Logic is nothing but whatever you are assuming. So to perform this mathematical calculation like a plus b equal to something, so that logic you can use with the help of some operators, right? Plus is one of the operator, right? So same like as here, logical operators will help you to write the big logics in our automation, or even in development also we can use. So there is a behavior about the logical operators here. And if both arguments are true, then it only returns true, right? And means if a equal to b equal to, both are same, arguments are true, then it will return true. Or means if at least one argument is true, then it will true. I mean the condition, so that we can cross verify here. You can observe here in this example, x and y. If, see, if y, if is coming, these are all conditional statements that we will come future. So if x evaluation to false, return x, otherwise return y, something called, if you are using and statement, based on these values we can use, if both are true, this will return true. If one is true, another one is false, x is true, y is false, so we can use or condition. Any one is true, both are true, like both values are correct, then we can use and condition like that. Not in, we know, right? Not means, not means if not, like opposite direction, then we can use this not x. See, if x value evaluated to false, then the results will be true, otherwise it will be the false. Something called, if x equal to 10, we are expecting this is a false value, then we can use this not 10. All these I will explain line by line when I am explaining a logic. Okay, don't confuse here, because these are all the theory. So no one will explain this theory in our real time. I mean, you can go through the YouTube videos also, you'll get to know. Okay, because these are all the basics, fundamentals to write a simple program, any programming language, not even Python, Java, .NET, anywhere. So we need to know the syntax and fundamentals to construct a logic. If you don't know all these basic things, just how to use in our real, I mean, logic writing of a program level, you may confused why these people are using colon, why this, what is the requirement of using this colon, what is the requirement of using this and value, all those things. Okay. So next one is bitwise operators. We can apply these operators bitwise. What is the bitwise means? So you can see there is a and symbol, pipe symbol, cap symbol, caret symbol. So these are all the different types of symbols. So these symbols will basically to uh, output the values based on our requirement. Something, see, you can observe in this print statement. So print 4 and 5. They used the operator called bitwise operator called and. So it is valid. Why? So we are trying to print only integer values with and symbol. And coming to another example, there is a 10.5 and 5.6 unsupported operand for float and float. So it is not supporting the main reason of this bitwise operator to print integer values. So we can use and symbol between to print both of them. You can observe there is a simple theory they mentioned, like if both bits are 1, then only results will be the 1, otherwise it will be the 0. So 1 in the sense, if both are true, then it will be true, otherwise it will be 0. Here internally, true and false boolean values can be considered as a 1 and 0. 1 is nothing but a true and 0 is nothing but false. So like this we can use these bitwise operators. So you can observe there is a table about the bitwise operator usage and all. So when we can use pipe symbol, when we can use caret symbol, cap symbol, that we will check in the programming level. So next one is last one, shift operators. Shift operators. This shift operator is basically we won't use in our automation. Okay. So the intention of this shift operator is I want to print some value. So something called um, uh, like 10 or 20. Internally, it will check the bits of the memory, how it should be allocated, all those things. It majorly looking into data analytics, that kind of even programming level only. It's not required for automation. So, and the next one is assignment operator. So this was not categorized on the top. We mentioned like 6 types of operators, but it's a subcategory. So assignment operator, we can use assignment operators to assign the values something like this: x equal to 10, x equal to 10. Or how many ways we can check the assignment operators? What are the possible ways? They say you can observe these are all the possible ways. See, sometimes we can declare x equal to x plus 1. Means initially x value is equal to 1, x equal to x plus 1 means 1 plus 1, x value will be the incremented to 2. So that situations we can use this kind of list of assignment operators, the combination of assignment operators like this. Plus equal to means it will do the increment, minus equal to means it will do the subtraction, into equal to means it will do the multiplication. Based on the requirement of the program, we can customize the operators as per our requirement. See, for example, I am doing calculation, so we can use directly calculated. So if you are checking the conditions, see, if condition something like this, if I am uh, if if for example I want to check whether this user is from Python community or Java community, so for that we can use a condition called if condition, right? So if the user is from Python community, print this, otherwise go to else block and print that. So in the situation we can use this kind of assignment operators called if user double equal to, or if user equal to Java, print this, Python, print this. So these conditions will come in future, next topic. So these assignment operators, basically we are going to combine in our programming level wherever we want to increment something. See, while doing the loops, especially for loop and while loop, so we are going to use this kind of assignment operator to increment the value. What is the intention of the loop? Loop will increment the value until the condition is satisfied. So at that time we can use this assignment operators. So this ternary operator and conditional operator, you can observe here, there is a simple program. So x equal to first value if condition else second value. Ternary or conditional operator. So if condition is true, then the first value will be considered, else second value will be considered. So this is the syntax of a ternary operator. So you can observe a comma b equal to 10. So you said like, when you will get a doubt. So a equal to 10 and b equal to 20. We can declare a variable separately like this, but how it is possible? It is possible in Python. We can declare a two variables like this also. A comma b equal to 10 comma 20. So 10 will be mapped to the a, b will be mapped to the 20 like that. So the ternary operator example is, you can observe x equal to 30 if a less than b, else 40. What is the output? So based on this condition, if a less than b, then else 40. Based on this condition, value will be the substituted and it will be printing. If it is not a less than b, x value will be printed. 30 will be printed. So this is a kind of usage of ternary operator. So you can observe the same thing in this program. Read two numbers from a keyboard and print the minimum value. I will tell you about this functions, how we are using slowly. But as of now, I just execute this program to confirm the ternary operator usage. Okay, this line, in this line number 1, what is the input function, that we will come slowly. Okay, so go to this code. For the time being, I'm copying it. So otherwise, we can write it because there is no time for us. So here, what is the intention of this program? Okay, to to read two numbers from the keyboard and print a minimum value. Okay, to read two numbers from a keyboard and print a minimum value. That is our program, our Python program. So how can you write it? What is the change here? To read two numbers from the keyboard. From the keyboard in the sense from the terminal. So in our case, this is our terminal, this is our keyboard, right? We are entering something that is reading from the keyboard. So that keyboard is here terminal. Okay, so in Java, if you want to read the data from the keyboard, there they will use a concept called streams, IO stream, input stream, output stream. In Python, nothing, no streams, directly a simple method called input. If you use the method called input, automatically the program execution will ask you the input value from the keyboard. There is an inbuilt function. It will allow the values from the keyboard. No need to use switch stream, output stream, input stream. All those things are not required. So you can observe in the line number 1. So input of enter first number, I typecasted to integer because this will explain next. Okay. So as the time being, I'm explaining this program. Okay. Input by default, input function can accept strings. By default, input function can accept string. So if you entered a number also, it will be considered as a string. Okay. So in that case, how can we convert string to int? In the last session, we discussed about typecasting while discussing about the data types. Typecasting means as per our requirement, I want to change the type of my input. I want to change the type of my data type, right? So here input of enter first number means it's a integer. We are expecting a integer, but this input function only allows strings. How can I typecast it? We discussed already using int, using string str, predefined functions. So here I used typecast called int of input of enter number, that I assign to a variable called a. Okay, and another variable I assigned b equal to int of input of second number. So this is the operator that we are discussing, right? What is this operator? Ternary or conditional operator. The logic for that. So here I am trying to find the minimum of the values. So A, if A less than B, right? A, if A less than B, else B. So if A less than B, then print A, otherwise else A, else B. Okay. So printing what I am trying to print, this condition I have declared to a variable called minimum. You can give any name. It's your own variable, right? So variable min. So print of minimum value is something. So now I am trying to execute this program. You can observe in the terminal. It is asking, it is prompting you. What is command prompt? The example. What is the meaning of command prompt? Basically, we already use command prompt in day-to-day activities, right? In the programming or in our system. Command prompting means through command, it is prompt, it is asking to enter our input. Previously, we don't have a operating system called this Windows, so all those things. What kind of operating system we follows? Command prompt based operating system called DOS, right? So same like as here it is blinking. You can observe in the terminal. It is asking, it's a kind of keyboard. So now I am going to enter a number called 52, some number. Okay. Once I click on enter, automatically it is blinking you second number based on the line number 2 logic. So I am putting something called 98, some generic. So if I click on enter, minimum value is 52. How it came? Because of this ternary operator condition. So in the ternary operator condition, they used A. A means 52. If A less than B, A less than B means, so 52 less than 98, else 98. If A less than B means it's satisfied, right? Other than B, like A is less than B, like 98 is 52 is less than 98, then automatically A will be printed. If I change these numbers to, for example, A is 100. Okay. I mean, the first number is 100, second number is 85. Minimum value is what? 85. So you can, it will print the second value because that is the minimum value. Whatever minimum value we are trying to print at, that will be print based on this ternary operator condition. So this is the type of another operator. So all these programs, see, program of minimum of 3 numbers. See here, the ternary operator is combined with the different condition, and program of minimum of maximum of 3 numbers. So all these programs for our practice purpose. So last one is, I think it's special operators. These are all very important operators. These we can use in our programming on day-to-day basis. So what is called identity operator and membership operator. Identity operator means is not. We can use this identity operator to address of comparison. Okay, we will discuss each and every operator that we are using in our programming level. Operators, data types, I will stress while writing a logic. Don't worry. Okay, I will remember okay, each of you to know these kind of things. We already, these operators, these data types we already discussed in the theory. So that we are using here, I will stress here while writing the logic. So you can observe in the identity operator is not is. So you can observe here in an example, A equal to 10, B equal to 10, print A is B. It's true or false, right? It will return what? Boolean data type, true or false. Something like this. You can use this kind of identity operators. And next one is membership operator. These are all the examples for the identity operators. Okay, membership operator. What is membership operator? Membership operator, it is nothing but is in, not in. Same like as is not is not. Here we are having a in, not in. In, not in means, so it might be string or list. See, where we are going to use this membership operators to check whether the given object is present in the given collection. So again, collection means string. It might be string, it might be list, it might be set, tuple, anything. So we are going to cross verify the given object is present in that collection or not. You can observe here, print h in x, the simple program I'm going to execute to know the usage of membership operator. It is also returning true or false. See, most of the operators will return Boolean value in right as per the situation. You can observe that you can correlate with the real-time examples also. See, This true is extra. It's a theory. This is not related to program. Okay. In the notes, we made like that to understand. See, x is equal to a variable. In the x, what we declared a string, right? Hello, learning Python is very easy. Is a string. Okay. Now I want to print. Okay, I want to print whether h is in the x or not. H is in the x. Simple generic way you can think. H in x. In x means in is what? A membership operator. X means it's a variable. What is the value of the variable? That is a string, right? The value of the variable is string. What kind of string it is? It's a one small line, right? In the word, multiple words combination. Something called hello. Learning Python is very easy. So now I want to cross verify whether this H character is available in the string or not. See, string means what? List of characters, right? List of characters. It's a collection of characters. What kind of characters it is? Collection of characters, means bunch of characters. That is the reason in this definition that we mentioned collection. Collection means bunch of objects, bunch of characters, bunch of numbers, whatever it is. So while cross verifying the logic, membership operators here, especially in the bunch of characters, we can use these membership operators. So now you can observe in the logic here. See, h in x, h in x. So what you are going to do? So basically, generally you can think, if anyone asks you your name, in your name, the character is in my name, for example, Vishwa. My character is V character is there in my name or not? What I can reply? Say yes or no. That's it, right? We can say like yes, yes, it's there. So what kind of output it is? Boolean data type, right? I am also giving Boolean data type, yes or no. That's it, right? So that's the reason this will return what? True, because H is there. Okay, D. You can observe, is there any D? Okay, I will comment these two lines. I will execute this for you. You can observe true or false. Where is D? There is no D in this string, right? So, and what about the second scenario? In this scenario, you can observe not in. Not in. We are expecting true, so that we can change the condition members. We can change the membership operator to, instead of in, not in. We are saying it's not there. Is it true or not? What kind of output it will return? If someone asks you in your name, there is in my name Vishwa, there is no Z, right? If someone asks you there is no Z in your name, what I will respond? Yes, it's not there. That's the reason not in operator will return you what? True. You can observe. True. Okay. And the last print statement you can observe Python. They have mentioned Python. Okay. Python in X. As of now, we cross verified with the characters. Now I have cross verified with one word. I am cross verifying with one word. You can observe true, because the Python is there in the string, right? In the X value, the Python is there. Then it is returning true. Like this, these kind of membership operators, and we can use in our programming level. Okay, I will tell you once whenever we are using it. So operators procedures. See, we discussed around 6 to 7 types of operators. So what is the preference of operators? How the Python execution will consider if you declare a operator in your logic, which one is first one, right? Basically, if five students are there, so everyone are getting a mark something 80, 90, 60 like that. What is the preference of the first student, like a merit student, based on the marks, right? Same like as Python, what execution engine will follow some procedure, some preference to give the first preference of the operator. So you can observe in this logic, the print statements. First preference of the operator, how the Python internally will consider. You can observe in this two examples. First example, what you are expecting here, 3 plus 10 equal to 30. Okay, 30 plus 30 into 2, 60. But what is the output? 23. Okay. What about the second one? 3 plus 10 equal to 13. 13 into 2, 26. That we got it already. But why this one is output is different instead of 3 plus 10? Basically, how can we calculate? By seeing this, yes, 3, sorry, initially 3 is coming. So 3 plus 10 equal to 30. After 30, we are doing the multiplication, 30 into 2, 60. That's the output. It's wrong. How this is vary to vary of each and every programming language. Each and every programming language will follow some standards to execute our logic as per our requirement. So here the Python is following some procedure and some preferences to execute operators. This is the way. What is the first preference here that we mentioned? First one is parenthesis. First preference, it will give the parenthesis. After that, into symbol. After that, char. After that, the multiplication. First one is multiplication, division, module, floor division. All these are the operators. That's the reason initially it given the preference to 10 into 20. 20 plus 3, 30. See, you can observe the addition, subtraction. So these are all the procedure preference that Python is going to follow. The if you declare multiple operators in one area, which one will take first? So these are all the procedures, standards for those. All these are the examples for that. So just go through the notes. So, and next one is there is a module called math module. Okay, this why it is coming here, the math module? Okay, don't worry. So I will tell you. So a module means basically somewhere I forget to use this. I think it's not required here. Okay, so there is a separate concept called module. At that time we can discuss. It's not required here. Maybe forget to paste here. Don't confuse this. This is all about operators topic and operators, important variables of math module Python program. Up to this not required. We discuss whenever we discussing about math module. Okay, modules concept. Okay, next one is input and output functions. Say just now I used a program called to print minimum of 3 numbers. Just see here. Here I used input function. I said like I will explain in future. This is the concept called input and output functions. Okay, so what is the use of this input and output functions? So as per the time being, we executed that program to fulfill that requirement. But here, so the actual definition of input and output functions when we are going to use means reading the dynamic input from a keyboard. What is the static input here? We can observe. Simple. A equal to what? 10. This is a static input. You already decided this input value 10 for this variable. You know the value. Okay. You know the value. A is I want to print some a value. Simple. See. So a value should be 10. That you know. Or else simple I can give a meaningful name. Phone number. Okay. Phone number. See, this declaring a identifier, first class I explained, we can use underscores between alphabets. This is the one of the syntax. Phone number, phone underscore number. My phone number is something like this, 121212, something. This is my phone number. Okay, that I know. Physically, this is my phone number. I want to print off phone number. Just type P, automatically it will come the variable. See, variable means V. Okay, if I am trying to print it, it printed something like this. Okay, like if tomorrow this program you executed for your like real-time purpose, so if this is used for your company like employee portal purpose, this logic, so how many employees are there in your company? For example, 50 employees are there. So each and every phone number is same of employee, it's different. How can you maintain the dynamic input? That is called dynamic input. This is a static input. We know our phone number. That's what I have declared like this. So how in that case, how can you maintain the dynamic input? Simple. So phone number equal to int of input of input of enter phone number. Done. Okay. So now we can observe, remove this thing and remove. Okay, just useless thing and run this. See, it is asking phone number, whatever I have entered in the print statement, right? Something dot dot dot. Then I'm going to enter some name here. The phone number, I am not restricted to print 9 numbers or 10 numbers. That we can write slowly. Okay, the phone number should be 10 characters. I mean 10 numbers that will be coming in the future programming. But as of now, I given like this is my phone number. So click on enter. It printed. See, employee to employee, the phone number is vary. So how can we give that kind of dynamic inputs with the help of this input function? That is the reason. It's a reading dynamic input from the keyboard. Okay. Python 2, the following two functions are available to read the dynamic function. Means it's a Python 2, the older version. They use it called raw input and input functions. So now we are not using Python 2. Okay. In Python 3, there is a only one function called, where is this? Yeah, this one. There is the only function called input. But what is the difference between this older version and latest version input functions? Just to give you an overview, raw input will take integers as input, and and input will take string as input. But in latest Python 3.x, they removed all this nonsense where they kept like only one function called input. This input by default will consider string. It won't allow integers. So we have to typecast it as per our requirement. If you are entering a string, see in this requirement, if I am trying to enter instead of phone number, I am trying to enter employee name. Just remove this typecasting. That's it. Equal to employee name. Okay. Enter. You can change the naming convention, right? Meaningful one. Employee name. Enter name. So I've copied this variable and pasted into this print. You can observe. Employee name. It's a string. Test. Printed. I want to enter a integers from the keyboard. Then you have to typecast. If you want to enter a float values from the keyboard, then typecast it the float typecasting method. Right? We already discussed the typecasting methods int, float, string, complex. So that we can use as per our requirement to typecast. So this input function, the intention of this input function is what? To read the dynamic data, which we don't know statically through the keyboard. We can use this dynamic functions called input. And output statements, we know print is our output statement. Simple. We are using multiple times print. Print is our output statement. Okay. So this is called input and output functions. So these are all the programs about that. So as yeah, after that there is a concept called this eval function and command line arguments. So this topic will completed, and output statements means this print statements. This we are going to cover tomorrow. Okay, then this topic will completed. Then we can go to the programming, actual Python programming. So as of now, we covered the theory and prerequisites things in the Python programming. So now the actual programming concepts will cover logical statements, all those things called if condition, else condition, control statements, for loops, all those things will cover. Will start from tomorrow onwards. We can use all these theory, whatever we discussed, as per the requirement in the writing a Python program. Okay, so this balance topic like what is eval function and what is output statement and what is this command line arguments, all those things we will discuss tomorrow, and I can execute these simple programs also for you tomorrow to this fulfill basically nothing. This is just fulfill the input function that we are entering from the keyboard, different types of let's say I will do it now only so that we can conclude this input function. So this is a program, just copying it. Okay. See, write a program to read employee data from the keyboard. Okay, to print the data. That is our logic. So print here. Okay, I'm just removing these things because these are the code document naming like points, key points, something like this. It's not there in the program. Okay. and then and 10 and the last one called this. Okay. Now you can observe. I am trying to enter employee number from the keyboard. So I am typecasted to int. Employee name, by default, it's a string, right? Input. Employee salary, it's a floating value. It might be 10,000 rupees, 50 paisa, something like that, right? So address, it's a input. Married, say yes or no. It's a boolean true or false. If it is a married, true, otherwise false, something like that. So that is going to be printed here. So in the print statement. Here I'm maintaining a print statement like please confirm the information. Employee number is this, name is this, salary is this, address is this, unmarried status. And now I'm running this. You can observe it is asking only one input, employee number, because it's a int, right? I can give like 311 is my employee number. Okay, again it is prompting you dynamically employee, because employee to employee it's very right. So my employee name, my name is Vishwa. Okay, employee salary 10,000 something called 50 rupees. So some. Okay, employee address Hyderabad. Okay, true or false? I need only true or false, because it's if you are married or not. So we have to give like this too. So you can observe the output. The different types of typecasting we did on these input functions. That's what I want to show you. Right? Int, float, boolean. Int, float, boolean we used multiple times. See, this is a int, this is a float, this is a string, this is a boolean. For all these 5 input statements, 1, 2, 3, 5, we covered 4 types of typecastings. As per the requirement, we know, right? When we are entering the data, that is an integer value, phone number is an integer, email ID is a string, we know. Based on that, we have to typecast the logic like this. The input function, we can typecast it. So this is called input function example. Okay. So I will show you. So most of the people having a doubt, you are directly running the program. How can I create? By simple, if you installed PyCharm in your system, see, file, new project. That's it. File, new project, and put your name, whatever you want. Automation practice, Python automation, or something, whatever you want, you can give the name, something like this, Python programming. Here I have given a Python programming is my project name. Okay, I kept like this. Okay, you can observe in the bottom there is a new environment is using virtual environment and some base interrupter and some Python path are showing. Don't need to touch anything. The intention of this environment is nothing but a simple. If you are using Python 3.8 version, see, for example, you are working for 2 different applications. Okay, one is Facebook application, another one is Gmail application. You are developing some, you are a developer or a tester, whatever it is. You are developing, you are working for 2 software applications. Okay, one is Facebook, another one is Gmail application you are developing. So this Gmail application is developed using Python 3.10 version. Okay. And what about Facebook application? That is using Python 3.2 version only, older version only. How can you both install in one system? How can you maintain? How can you map the relevant software, Python software to that particular project? Let's say this Python programming is using, in this case, 3.8 version. So there is another folder here. You can observe Python underscore selenium. This is using Python 3.11 version. How can both will run in your both versions of software, Python software installed in your system? It's possible in Python. That is the situation. While creating a new Python project, it will show like this new environment using called virtual environment. Virtual means it's private for us. It's private for Python 3.8. So if some other project you are using Python 3.1, that is private for that. Something like generic word I use private, but okay, it's a kind of virtual. So it mapped only for this version. See, if you installed Python 3.10 now, if you click here in the drop down, you will get multiple Python versions that you used in Python. You have to select which one you want to run this project, which environment. That is the reason. But basically, in our basically the starting phase, we installed only one version of Python that will populate it automatically here, and that will create a virtual environment here. VENV. VENV means all Python related libraries will be available for you to utilize in your programming. Wherever you are writing a Python logic, that Python logic required some libraries, right? Python software provided library is something called input. See, this input function is what? Predefined function. How this predefined function you are using in your logic? Which one is helping you to run this logic? Some Python libraries. Where these Python libraries are stored in your project? Under this place called VENV, virtual environment. So don't need to touch all those things. By default, it will provide which version of Python you are installed into your system, and it will populate it here. And just change the name, whatever you want, the project name, you give your kid's name, your name, whatever, just even in local, it's practice purpose, right? So, but put meaningful way name like Python programming, okay? And by default, it will come just to create it. Automatically, it will create the project like this. You can observe in the Python programming, if I expand this, any of this, see, I'm expanding this. See, you can observe there is a virtual environment. See here. If I expand this lib, see, these are all the libraries Python is providing for me to utilize in my programming. And you can observe this scripts. See, this is all the scripts Python is providing for me to execute my logic. Now I am right click run. So where run is communicating, this is communicating this test python.exe. Somewhere there is a python.exe. See, this python.exe is when I am clicking on right click and run, it will talk to this python.exe and it will execute the program. So this is the way we can use this libraries. So create a project, simple file, create a new project, give your name, create it. Okay, once it is created, it will show like this. You can create a folder like this. I will show you the tomorrow folder and write a Python, create a Python file. How to create the Python file, and I will show you tomorrow. Okay, this is the basic things to set up the PyCharm, right? To in our for our coding purpose. So be ready for tomorrow by going through all these theory concepts. I think I already uploaded this document yesterday's based on the yesterday's class. Again, go through this document and go through the video, practice it, write the programs multiple times, then you'll get a success. That's it. Okay. So we'll meet tomorrow with the programming concepts called loops, for loop. We'll start the loops, conditions, if else, all those things. What about now? Are you able to hear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, actually there are some
బిగినింగ్
headset
నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయరా?
Yes, sure. Yeah, it's a headset issue. Sure. Okay. So previously, in the yesterday's session, we covered up to this data type called range. So range data type basically I explained yesterday. So whenever we are writing a logic